Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all will fine and well at your home. Welcome in Sanskar Public School, Mathura. Welcome in e-learning session of SST of class 8. In this session, we are going to learn about very interesting topic, that is the development of industries in India. We will learn about the condition of India and how the Britishers had set up the most of factories and industries in India, and what was the condition of the Indian artisan and the craftsmen during the industrialization. And we are also going to learn about the plantation, what is it and how it has done in India. And the next is ruin of agriculture, why the agriculture had ruined by the Britishers in India. In this video, we will also learn about the introduction of the Western education, introduction of the means of transport and the communication, and what the effect of this communication and the transport and the Western education on the Indian's life. So now let's start to know about the activities of the British government and the effect over the life of Indian citizens.
Let's start to know the next video. In this already in previous video we have know about the social condition, economic condition, and how the British entered in India and how they have to be tortured us, and how the artisan and the craftsmanship ruined their life and how they have to change their profession. So now in this video we will know how the what's the impact of the lack of development, why the development was very lack, and why the development was not present in the India during the British time, and how they developed under the Indian agriculture, under the Indian culture, Indian tradition. So in this video we will know about more well by the development, how the British industrialization was started in India. Means the machine age, we should say that machine age was starting in the 15th of century in Europe. So that's why the Britishers already were very aware about the industrialization. But the main problem was there when they introduced the industrialization in India, then the first industry was the cotton industry. Not in India, even in all over the world, the textile industry was the first industry which was set up at the big level, at the large level, and the jute industry and the coal industry and the cotton industry, these are the main 4 to 5 industries, those who are the major industry. And later, the other industries were also started. These were the rice, sugar, tea, pulses and flour, woolen, iron and steel. Iron and steel were the major and the heavy industry, but these industries developed at later. To mean that how many industries were set up in India, the most of the industries were set up by the Britishers, because in that time only the Britishers were having the money, Britishers were having the power, their government supported to them continuously. The government gave the cheap loan to them, at the cheap rate of interest loan to them. Government gave the other facility to them, and they were free to pay any type of the taxes. So that's why they were the more developed, more prosperous, and they were capable to set up the industry. So only the Britishers were there, those who set up the first industry in India, and most of the industry dedicated ownership owned by the Britishers. But the Jamidar, moneylenders, and gave the very but how many Indians were having the small factory, the cottage industry, so they had to take a loan to set up the industry. So when the Indian industrialists had to take a loan from the moneylender and the Jamidar, then the Jamidar gave a loan to them at a heavy rate of interest. And that's why our Indian industrialists also having the competition with the British Empire, with the British industrialists. That was a big competition. Why? Because the most of the raw material had purchased by the Britishers at cheap rate of interest, and after that they can easily prepare the good by using the machines, because they were having the machine. In comparison of that, the Indian industrialists were using the beads. Hand means that they were preparing the good by the hands, and they took a long time to prepare the good, and they were unable to complete the requirement of the market. When means that there was a great competition. Can you imagine when the Britishers were purchasing the raw material at cheap cost, Indian were purchasing raw material high cost. British Britishers using the machines, that's why they can prepare the lot of things, a lot of items within a little time. In comparison of that, the Indian industrialists were unable to complete the requirement of market. They cannot prepare the good at the time because they took a more time to prepare the good because they were using the hand. There was no machinery. And next is the Britishers were free to pay any type of the taxes, but the Indian industrialists have to pay the different type of the taxes, and that's why, and heavy rate of interest also, because they were bound and compelled to take the loan from the moneylender and the zamindar to invest and to getting the rate and to prepare the food. That was also the reason Indian industrialization, Indian handicraft and the Indian weavers were ruined totally. And then Britishers were also means that the Britishers were also having the different type of the facility given by the Indian government to them. For an example, the Britishers can supply their goods easily one place to another place by using the ship, by using the railway, by using the different means of transport and the communication. But the Indian cannot use things, because if the Indian wanted to use, then the Indian had to pay a tax for each and everything. And another thing is there in the railway, some compartments were reserved for the Britishers only. Only Britishers can use that. No one Indian. Indian had to suffer in the local compartment, and it was very difficult to be supply the goods in that compartment only. And then Indian had to use the railway, ship. That was foundation. All those who want to export or import, they had to use only the British ship, but to use the British ship they have to give the tax also. Means the government, another reason is India, the government of the Britishers also, the British government don't want that Indian people became the industrialists and the Indian work got succeed. That's why it was not tolerable to the British government. That's why British government didn't support to the Indian industrialists. That was also the reason the Indian market was fall down. Means that when the British had started to purchase the raw material and no raw material for the Indian weavers and the Indian handicraft, so that's why slowly, gradually, the Indian market was fall down, because in India, the people and whatever things and whatever goods prepared by the British market, then their goods were very cheap, because already they were purchased the raw material at the cheap cost, so they took their investment very little. And that's why they introduced the foreign market in India also. And in India, each and every one person want to purchase the foreign good, because they attract to purchase it, because it was very cheap, it was very durable, it was very attractive and easily available in the market. Indian goods were not available in the market because the hand weavers want a long time to be prepared and complete the requirement, the market. So that was also the reason, so many reasons. Our Indian development was not done in our India, and the development goes to the British Empire and the East India Company only, because the East India Company continuously getting the support from their government, and they were free to pay any type of the taxes, means so many relaxation for them also. Now the next is the plantation industry. Plantation means the crop. The crop means that which was grown for the commercial purpose. Plantation means a crop growing. It is also the type of the farming, but in this type of the farming, the crops are grown, only single crops are grown on the land for the commercial purpose. So means that this plantation was also started under the British rule, like the tea, coffee, sugarcane and others also. So means that this credit also goes to the British Empire. And how much plantation farmers are there? The all plantation farmhouse of the Britishers, means the Britishers were the owner, and because they set up their industry and they started the plantation in India, because easily they can get the cheap labor, easily they can get the raw material, because already we know in the previous topic, in that topic most of the weaver and the handicraft became the unemployed, and when their market was fall down and when they were unable to purchase the raw material, so then these people became the labor. Those who were lost their hand weaving work, these all people became the labor. Labor means they were doing the work in the another agriculture land, and that's why some of the people became the bonded labor also. And the bonded laborers were doing the work into the plantation farmhouse, and those who British government, they treated them, यानी कि British government treated to bonded labor as like the personal property, and they were the slave also, and their condition was very unhygienic, and they were not having a right to be getting the education, read and write, even they cannot read the Bible also. It was very difficult condition, and the plantation, and but it is the more beneficial for the British Empire. Now the poverty and famine. Obviously, in the both of the topic we have discussed how slowly the conditions are going to be difficult and the became bad of the British government. Can you imagine? Can you imagine here means that is the agriculture. In the agriculture means that the farmers grow the crop, all crop purchased by the British. Means that how much crop is there, it is purchased by the British, and when the British is purchased, that will give to the factory. यानी whose factory is there, the all factory is dedicated to the British government. Factories को दे दिया गया. Now they prepare the finished goods. Finished goods means the requirement of the market. They prepare the complete the requirement of the market. Introduced in India also. India में उतारा and market में उतारा उसे. And after this, then they have to be mean that now there is no raw material. All raw material is purchased by the British, but the few raw material whatever is left is purchased by the Indian, and then they have to purchase at very high cost. बहुत महंगा खरीदना था. That's why they were unable to purchase it. They became the bonded labor. They were involved in the plantation. They were involved in the bonded labor. They were involved in the farming land, यानी कि agriculture work. They became the weaver also, and they were doing the work under the government. Which government? The British government. So now next topic is the poverty. Means when the people had to suffer the more, there is no job, the work was lost, they were not the weaver, now they were not the industrialist, now they were no salary, and because those who were doing the work under the plantation under the British government, the government gave the little amount to them, little wages to them, but in returning of that the people had to do the hard work. So that was also the reason that they were having the very little amount of the money, and that money was not sufficient to survive the life. Means that in the other word, if we want to say, we should say if British government want to snap the right to livelihood also. Next is social and cultural policy. Means that poverty and famine, when the people were suffered the poverty and unhygienic condition, due to that the famine. Famine means the pandemic, like a corona pandemic. Such type of the pandemic was spread in all over the world, India. But the government, British government, didn't take any major steps against of that. Means that they didn't do anything to improve the conditions of the India and to provide the betterment and the welfare of the India and the peoples also. Because they set up their empire in India only to plunder the wealth and to drain out the Indian wealth from India to England. Now the social and the cultural policy means that once Britishers became the real owner of the India, now the Britishers had started to take interest into the internal affair of the Indian also. So that's why first of all the social. Means that in this time the British in Indian society, there's so many social evils were there. Like the social evil was the sati system, like child marriage, like girls no education, like widow not right to marry. Many more social evils were there. So British Empire knows well that if the British government will ban that, then the sentimental feeling will be harassed of the Indians. So that's why they want to harass and torture the sentimentally of the India also. That's why the British will introduce the Christian religion in India, and they started to force to the Indian peoples to change their religion, to convert their religion. So that's why they broke out the temples and the mosques, and they construct the missionaries and the church here. And that's why in 1829, that act, the sati system became illegal. But the Indian, some Indian, those who were the social worker and the social reformer of the India, they also want to ban that. If because of the, what is the sati system? Sati system means if the husband had died, then the wife should die. Wife will have to die with him in their funeral. So means that the few social reformer also accepted this. The women means the wife is also having a right to start their life again. So why she should be die with their husband also? So means that in 1829 Lord William Bentinck banned the sati system. It was not tolerable by the Indian people because the Indian thought that it is against of our religion. Next, the Child Marriage Act was also started by the British government in 1856. Means the child marriage system was also banned. British government was also started the girls' education. Widow remarriage act was also passed in 1856 because the British government told that the widow are also having a right. Widows are also having a right to marry again if she want. अगर वो करना चाहती है तो उसे दोबारा जिंदगी शुरू करने का पूरा अधिकार है. So these were the social conditions in which the British Empire started to interrupt, and by this, in starting they thought that they were harassing the feelings and the sentimentally feeling religious and the socially feeling of the India, but they don't know that later only this condition will become the beneficial for the India, and the India will develop on that with the help of these acts. Nowadays we are getting development continuously due to these acts, because now we are getting a right to getting the education, widow remarriage. So no such system are there, and that's why next is the culture and the religion. Culture novel, religion means they introduce the Christianity, and when this introduce the Christianity in the Western education in India, so that's why those who are the Maulvi. Maulvi means the Muslim teacher, those who taught to the Urdu into the madrasas, and the Pandit, those who taught the Sanskrit to the Hindu children in the Pathshalas. The Maulvis and the Pandits became the unemployed, because now the English teachers are there and the English medium schools were set up, and in that time it was not tolerable by the Indians, because the Indian want that their own education, national education. But now this time we are getting the education in the English medium, and we like that only. Means that we are going to follow the Western culture nowadays. In that time we feel pain to follow it, but now we are following it happily with our own wish. अपनी इच्छा से हम लोग उसे follow कर रहे हैं. Next is the next condition, education. Development of the transport and the means of communication. Next, development of transport and the means of communication. Means that how the British government introduced the transport system and introduced the means of communication. यानी कि transport and means of transport. So in 1856, the first of 1853, in 1853, British Empire, the first railway line from Bombay to Thane. यानी कि this railway line was started from Bombay to Thane. It is clear means that transport, यानी कि British Empire was also introduced the new means of transport in India in 1853 by the Lord Dalhousie. Lord Dalhousie introduced the first railway line in India, and this railway line became a beneficial not for the Britishers but even India also. Why? Because the Britishers in that time started this railway line because they want to collect the raw material from each corner of the India. So that's why they thought that when the railway line will be started, trains will be started, then we can easily collect the raw material from corner to corner of the nation. इस nation भारत के कोने-कोने से हम raw material को collect कर सकते हैं at the cheap rate, and easily we can supply our finished good at the corner of the nation. Nation के हर कोने में, हर market में, हर shop पे easily we can supply our goods by using the train. But later, at the starting, in that very clashes was there, because the compartment were reserved for the British government and the rest of compartment were free for the Indians. But the all community and the caste people have to sit together and travel together. they have to purchase the ticket from the same ticket window, and it was not liked by the higher community and higher caste, because the untouchability was there, and those who were the higher caste, they were not like to be sit and traveled with the lower caste. But later it became the very normal, and the train's compartment became the center of the politics. Means that in that when the people were traveling in the train compartment, then they had started to discuss and debate about the policies of the British government, and now the newspaper was also started to reach corner of the nation, and now everyone became aware about the policies of the government, about the true face of the government also, and that's why later this transport system became the beneficial of the India also, and it gave the new direction to the Indians, my Indian opinion about the government. Now the means of communications also, that was the telegraph. Telegraph system was also introduced by the British government, and when they introduced the telegraph system, then easily they can communicate with the India to England, and then they can easily contact to the supplier and the East India Company officers also. And now last one is the introduction of the Western education. Means that the Western education was introduced by the Lord Macaulay. Western education was introduced by the Lord Macaulay in Western education. Introduced by Lord Macaulay. At the starting, they introduced the Western education in India, because in that time, that was the time when the Britishers was having so many nations as a colony, yani ki Britishers were using rule over the so many countries. So that's why they had a need a lot of low paid of the killer and the army person. But they want that the educated person, those who are aware about the Indian Western education and the Western culture. So that's why it was very necessary to introduce the Western education in India. But the Western, so many positive and so many negative aspect was there. Positive aspect was there when the British Indians were getting the Western education, then they became aware about their fundamental right, and after getting the Western education, Indian was the first people. Indian was the first, those who arise and those who put the question from the British government about their fundamental right. यानी कि पूरे विश्व में वेस्टर्न एजुकेशन गेट करने के बाद इंडियन सबसे पहले लोग थे जिन्होंने ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट से अपने अधिकारों को, अपने फंडामेंटल्स राइट के लिए क्वेश्चन पुट किया था. तो दैट वाज अ पॉजिटिव एस्पेक्ट फॉर अस आल्सो, बट द नेगेटिव एस्पेक्ट वाज देयर व्हेन द वेस्टर्न एजुकेशन वाज इंट्रोड्यूस्ड. देन दिस एजुकेशन वाज नॉट फॉर द mass people. Mass means not for all. Only the higher class society can get this education. In this education they provide the education of the science and the technology, and English. Means that these were the main subjects in that time. So means that only the higher class people can get this education. No girls education, यानी कि girls education was neglected, and the rich people can get education. Most of the institutions were set up into the town and the city. So that's why those who were villager and those who were the backward class people, they were unable to getting this education system also. The Western education system was the better under the missionary. This education system provided to the Indian people by the missionary, and after this it was very costly also. Girls education already neglected in that, and now it established in town and city, and after that the British government also giving a fund to promote the Western education. Means that is around 1 lakh rupees per year to develop and to promote the Western education in India. And those who were getting this education system, British government told them that those who will become the educate, the government will give the government job to them, and easily the government got succeed to supply the low paid killer. यानी कि जिनको Western education जिन्होंने दी थी, now they got the government job but at the little wages. बहुत छोटे अमाउंट पर उन्हें एज अ किलर, एज अ डॉक्टर, एज अ टीचर, एज अ लॉयर अपॉइंट किया गया अंडर द ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट. So now this chapter is end and try to know well by the animation.